Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Married to Medicine Los Angeles, Season 2, Episode 9. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, let's start with the men's. Okay, the husbands. They are playing pool. And when I say the husbands, I mean Hobart, little tiny Robert, and Mac. Okay? They decided to hang out while the girls are all in Palm Springs and play a little pool, drink a little beer, have a little talk. When they sit down, Hobart is telling them how Kendra was telling them that Imani and Phil was getting a divorce, and Hobart felt like it was his fault. At least the way that Kendra was talking to him about it, like, damn, I didn't do anything, that's them. Okay, Hobart is still in his feelings about the conversation that he had with Kendra about her going back to work, so he decides to share with the fellas. He doesn't want her to be a full-time doctor, and he told them how he told her that her going back to work would mean that she's always in a bad mood. She wouldn't be producing milk. She'd come home, not want to deal with the baby, kind of feeling like she's just dropping the baby and running back to work. And they were like, and I told you guys that before, okay? Even if they did have a conversation and have an agreement, okay? That's what relationships are. Sometimes we have to make changes to these agreements. And then secondly, just him saying all of these things, like she's not going to be able to still be a productive doctor and a productive mother. I mean, I don't know why other people didn't see where his fault was, where he was talking about that. So anyway, they were like, yeah, you cannot tell this woman, this black woman, okay, Hobart, remember you married to a black woman. You can't tell them that they can't go to work and resume their lives, all right? That is their independence. You know, little tiny Robert starts to tell them about how he told Shanice a while ago to quit. Okay, that he made a mistake when he did that because she's never going to be one to want to be dependent on little tiny Robert. Now, of course, Kendra and Hobart's situation is different if we're talking about finances and independence, because Kendra is a doctor as well. You know, Hobart's a doctor, Kendra's a doctor. So the financial part doesn't add in to their issue the same way that little tiny Robert and Shanice would. Shanique. Oh my God, that child Shanice. But I can relate with Kendra because when I was off with Joe, I was ready to go back to work after 6 weeks. I was like, enough, okay? And I also felt like I was more productive when I was at work. I felt like a mother who got enough time to herself that when she got home, she had the patience for her child, okay? It doesn't work like that for everybody, but there's nothing wrong with being a working mother. So, you know, they tell him that anytime he finds himself needing to have a conversation with Kendra, maybe he needs to call them and run it by them first. And like Max said, you have to learn how to communicate effectively, all right? And Hobart says, yeah, he gets it. He's going to receive that. So I like Hobart. Hobart seems to be pretty cool. But enough about the fellas. Back in Palm Springs, the girls are getting ready for the day. We see Shanique and Jasmine in the bathroom, and they still can't get over the fact that Imani told them that she hasn't had sex in 5 years. I was like, did she say she didn't have sex in 5 years, or did she say she didn't have sex with Phil in 5 years? That is just so crazy to me. 5 years? I mean, I guess it happens, but wow. As far as they're concerned, she probably needed that deal, though. It was a good, solid gift, But whatever, the girls get dressed. They have on, like, workout clothes. At first, I was like, oh, my God, are they about to go on a hike or some shit, you know? But when they get on the bus, they're already having mimosas. I was like, well, maybe not, maybe not hiking, okay? And then when they get to their location, they're actually going to be on one of those paddle cars. You know how everybody can get on there, and it's like a booze, you know, it has alcohol on there, but you're also paddling the car, and you're taking kind of like a little tour around the city. So that looks like something fun for the girls to do. Active and drinking. That's right up Jasmine's alley. Woo! You know, it's always a whole bunch of screaming. I was like, oh, God. So they get on the car, and, you know, they're going through. The tour guide is giving them a little bit of the city history. And at the same time, we see Kendra is sitting directly across from Jasmine. I mean, it was all strategic the way they have them set up. Of course, Kendra can't escape, you know, the menacing eyes of Jasmine. You know, Jasmine is all over her, telling her she needs to do this, that, and the other as her trainer. Listen, Kendra still is very nice to Jasmine. I'd have been cussed Jasmine out, and really sometimes that's all you need is just a good cussing out, to get your act together. Kendra says she's overwhelming. I said, no, the bitch is just really out of place. Like, that may work for some people, but that type of training would never work for me. You can't tell me what the fuck to do, So Kendra's like, I just want to relax. I just want to have fun. I'm doing my best. And Jasmine keeps telling her that she's not trying. Okay, so yeah, the negativity is not helping, obviously. Leah even tries to lighten up the mood, because while she's watching them, it's kind of getting on her nerves. She loses her shoe. Oh my God, my shoe. Okay, so they got to stop so she can get off and get to her shoe. And then it starts to escalate, Jasmine says that you still go out, you still eat, you sent me a picture of you eating vegan pho the other day. Vegan pho is not on the diet, vegan pho. And finally Kendra was like, it's pho. Remember I told you guys that all that time I had been saying pho until somebody told me that it's actually pho, like fuck, without the CK on the end. Okay? Bitch, get you some culture in your life. The argument is probably about 10 minutes too long on the show. So I'm figuring it probably lasted way too long when they were really on that car. I was over it. Kendra did tell her that she appreciated Jasmine, but she's on a break right now. I'd have been like, bitch, fuck you. And that would have been that. I'm gonna be fat until I'm not. Not that Kendra's fat, but you know what, bitch? Let me just be what size I'm gonna be right now. And then Jasmine tells us that she'll never take on a friend as a client again. I'm like, good. Maybe you don't need to, maybe training ain't your bag. Leah, since she's one of the girls, they let her plan the Love Thy Labels night. Okay, and what that means is the girls were supposed to bring, their best designer duds and wear it when they go out for dinner tonight. And so everybody is getting dressed. We see Jasmine and Shanique in the bathroom, and Jasmine tells Shanique that to get back at Leah because she gave her that old janky gift, her honorary Inglewood girl starter pack. She's not going to wear a label. Instead, she's just going to wear her t-shirt for her brand, okay, for her company, and Shanika's like, who really? I was like, is this what we really thinking is getting back at somebody? Ooh-wee. Anyway, you guys, so she's like, I'm gonna wear my shirt. She kind of cut a little V-neck in it, but that's all she's doing for Love Thy Labels night. Everybody gets dressed. Nobody sees what Jasmine has on because she has this really big fur coat on over it. I was like, in Palm Springs, I guess this is Christmas time, so it was cold. She'd have burned her ass up if it was summertime. But so she has just on this really big fur coat that just stops like mid-thigh. And then we see, oh my God, Britton's skirt was all that. Oh my God, Britton. Ooh, that skirt, I loved it. Nobody else seemed to be over the top, spectacular label. I mean, you could tell that Kendra had on Versace. I think Shanique said she had on Michael Consuelo. I heard some other, Valentino and all of that. But I was just like, it's still like, y'all still could stand a little, styling. But whatever. They get on the bus. They go to the place. Leah even had on a t-shirt. I don't know what the shirt was. I couldn't read it, but it had something on there, but she had on like a t-shirt and a, real long skirt. It probably was designer. I don't know, but nobody was just like fashionable, if you ask me. The waiter asked him, what are we celebrating tonight? We're celebrating friendships. While they sit there, they get to talking. Shanique brings up, she has a little problem. She feels certain kind of way about the air horn that was given to her. She felt like she put a lot of thought into Imani's gift. I mean, she ain't been fucked in 5 years. She really thought she was helping her out. Okay, as opposed to you giving her this air horn and everybody is sitting there listening. And Britton, now I was like, Britton, girl, just stop it. Britton was just like, you know what, whether or not you were offended, when you get a gift, you just accept it gracefully. And I was like, I mean, I got to understand what exactly was the premise of the gift giving. Was it gag gifts? If it was gag gifts, then all of that was fine. Was it really supposed to be like real true gifts that was supposed to mean something to somebody? Because nobody gave anything that was nice enough to me that didn't look like a gag gift. Okay, so, why are we going through all of this over this air horn and this dildo, but whatever, they thought it was good for conversation, the air horn, fine. So what is everybody wearing? Well, I already told you guys what everybody was wearing. Little Valentino, Michael, what is it? I was about to say Michael Consuelo, Valentino, Versace. Okay, fine. All right. And then, now's Jasmine's time to show her fashions. Okay. Her label, and she takes it off and it's her t-shirt. Leah looks at her and she's just annoyed. Okay, bitch, I participated in her damn fashion show, lingerie fashion show, and the bitch couldn't even do this today. Again, it wouldn't even have bothered me that much. Because like I said, nobody really seemed like they was all that fashionable. But whatever. I think it's bothered Leah that she just didn't participate in her activity like everybody else has participated in Jasmine. So, she talks to her about that. Jasmine was like, it's fine. It's my brand. Why wouldn't I want to rep my brand? Don't take it personally. Okay. So she feels good that she's gotten under Leah's skin. I said, Leah, girl, if I was you, I wouldn't even let her see me sweat. Would have acted like it didn't bother me one bit. Now, let's get over to this conversation that they have about Jasmine's husband. So when they were going off about the dick and, Imani finally telling them that she hadn't had sex in 5 years, they felt like, Imani, even though she's telling them this now they feel like she's going to close back up and just be like, everything is fine, fine, fine. Imani was like, look, I didn't tell you guys things before. I took a big chance, opened up and told you guys what I normally would not tell anybody. Y'all still fucking mad. I said, well, maybe they mad that she opened up late, I guess. They were like, well, you made it seem like everything was really good with you and your husband all this time. Like, that was really our first time hearing anything. And all of a sudden you said that you were getting a divorce. Okay, I felt the same way, but I'm just like, what y'all mad about it for? I mean, it's her life. She ain't got to tell you shit, But they supposed to be girlfriends and all of this, sisters. It's a sisterhood. So they feeling some kind of way. Britain finally says, look, girl, you married. Jasmine, she's talking to Jasmine. You married and, we don't know, you don't say nothing about your husband. Leah was like, I done been around for some months and still ain't met Jasmine's husband. It's very, very strange. Jasmine starts to do this little dance about how, her husband's very busy. Yes, she would love for him to be around, but, I guess he chooses not to be. Everybody is just kind of giving her the side eye, like, what's the big secret? Why is it that we just can't seem to get to your husband? There is some mystery about that husband. And actually there's, little rumblings on the internet talking about him. I forgot what type of doctor. He's the same kind of, he's a psychiatrist, right? I think the focus next season is going to be the mystery if they make it to another season, y'all. Because I keep telling you, I be wondering with these numbers, they still don't even have a reunion. Okay, gonna have somebody told me that they gonna be on Watch What Happens Live next week after the show. I was just like, oh, bravo, y'all. They can't even be bothered with a damn reunion. So anyway, if they do make it to next season, then that will be the focus of Jasmine's storyline, I bet, is the mysteries of her husband. But, Jasmine is just like, I don't have to say anything. No, you don't have to say anything. But what we're saying is if you're going to write Imani about her relationship, you don't really share much about yours. So, bitch, shut up. Imani, though, she calms the waters. Everybody getting a little riled up. Is starting to go left. And Imani says, listen, everything is okay. I was just irritated with Shanique about the dick. She was just irritated with the air horn. But now we're okay. Okay? Nothing is that big of a deal that we have to be fighting all for the rest of the night. Okay, so we all good, girls. And just like that, everybody is good again. Okay, crisis averted. Let's go dancing. So they go to the next bar. It's not really them going dancing. Actually, they go to a drag bar. Okay, there's going to be a drag show there. And when they get in there, they're seated right in the front. Child, it was a whole bunch of old white people, but it's Palm Springs. It's Christmas time. That's all you are going to see there is a whole bunch of old white people. But if they're at a bar with a drag show, then that means that, at least these people have, they're liberal. So once they realize that it's all old white people, Shanique reaches out to them because she never met a person that wasn't her friend, trying to loosen up, everybody around it. Poor Kendra. Kendra wanted to get turned up. She just couldn't quite get there, because how do you do this in this really highly lit, like a fucking interrogation room drag The bar is all bright, I guess because of the show. But anyway, we get this geriatric drag queen comes out. She's the MC for the show, and I was just like, girl, what is we about to watch? Like, is it about to be Liza Minnelli and Elizabeth Taylor and all these old even though Elizabeth Taylor didn't even sing. But no, actually, when they actually have the show starts and the first drag person comes out, she's good. She's young and she's sexy looking and she's very tall, slim, statuesque, and she comes and does her little dance. Everybody got their monies, they gonna give to her. Imani gets so involved in it that she jumps up and she's dancing with her. I mean, honey, this is right up Imani's alley. I said, okay, Imani, I mean, are you loosening up, or is this something you got a special proclivity for something? I mean, she was really, really in it. I said, maybe she was just a little tipsy. But, dancing all the way down to the ground and all of this. And she come back up and, she was just feeling herself. She gets on the mic. She says how, she is not just beautiful. She's a doctor. And shout out to her plastic surgeon because she just finished paying off these titties. And I was like, girl, now you done went from not telling them nothing to telling them shit that they didn't even need to know. Okay, Leah was like, girl, shut it up. But she was like, yeah, she done just paid off these titties and, this body, and all of this and all of that. I mean, we all deserve a night where we just really feel really good about ourselves. So that's fine. Everybody lets loose. They get up. They all go out there to dance. They even get some of the old white folks to dance with them. And it was a good time had by all. Next day, I think it's probably the last day that they are in Palm Springs. The girls are all going to have breakfast together. They get dressed. Jasmine is dressed, comes in wearing a cute little short sundress, heels, doing lunges. Always got to be conscious of her body. Anyway, the girls, when they got home the night before, they were actually earlier that morning, 2 a.m, they were exhausted. Some of them went to bed. Others went to the hot tub. Shanique, Jasmine, and Leah. And they continued the party over there. They had a good time. They had fried chicken and a blunt in the hot tub. Imani was like, I hope y'all didn't drop that shit in the damn hot tub. I need to get my deposit back. It was actually cool. They had a good time there. They were actually Jasmine and Leah. They not here, but they here. They were actually able to relate with each other, finally hear each other with all the background chatter of the girls, not being in the background. They was able to maybe get started on some sort of friendship. I don't know how you can be friends with Jasmine. Child, she is just, I don't know what to call Jasmine. Every time I think I like her, then she gets on my nerves. They at the table. Kendra is concerned about the fact that when she got in the shower, there was a dollar bill that was up underneath her second stomach. She wanted to make sure nobody put it there. I was like, girl, listen, when you was drunk and dancing and all that going on, ain't no telling how that could have happened. So just put that little dollar in your pocketbook and call it a day. Anyway, it's Christmas time, remember? So Britton asked Imani, what is she doing for Christmas? And she was like, look, I know it's a lot going on, but I'm actually looking forward to new traditions with Idris without Phil. She's looking forward to Christmas. She likes Christmas time. And again, the conversation comes up about Imani acting like everything is all good now. The girls just want to make sure that they're still going to be able to be there for her. And Imani was just like, look, actually, it was a weight lifted off of my shoulders when I told you guys. I don't even think Imani is all that broken up about the divorces. Obviously, she knew it was coming. I think she was more stressed about the fact that it was a secret. And she was dreading what everybody's reaction was going to be. I think that was more of it, because she was just like, after I told everybody, then it was just like, now it's real and it's happening and she can move forward. So Imani seems to be fine. As long as everybody keeps on supporting her, then, she's going to be good as well. So after they have breakfast, everybody's just laying around, checking on their family back home. And then we see Imani and Shanique, they sit down down and just talk together, just the two of them, you know, really appreciate this trip. It was much needed. Imani felt like, you know, she feels supported and she feels like, you know, relieved again, all of that. Shanique tells her how she needed the trip as well. You know, she's about to make this career change and she's actually very nervous about it. You know, she's been worried about it. So this was, you know, right up her alley. The change in career is scary for her. And Imani was like, but the change is good. Change is always good. It's terrifying, but you can do this. And, you know, Shanique starts to cry. She says, you know, I'm not sure if I can do this. You know, and then she's worried about the fact that it's going to take her attention away from her kids. So there's a lot of guilt that's also weighing into this equation. And Imani was like, listen, guilt is not necessary. Guilt is a very useless emotion. It doesn't get you anywhere. Many times you're guilty. You're harder on yourself than you really need to be. Don't feel that way. Take the opportunity while you can, especially if little tiny Robert is being there and being supportive of you, you know, then now is the time. You might look back and you might regret that you didn't do it. And then that can work its way into you being resentful of little tiny Robert. So girl, do what you gotta do. At the same time, we see Britton, Kendra, and Jasmine, they're sitting and talking. Kendra's on the same wavelength. She really needed this trip. You know, she's just been so stressed. She's been busy, you know, this whole new mom thing. She's got to get adjusted to that. So this is just what she needed as well, just a little time away. She tells them while she's out there about the argument that she had with Hobart when they went out to eat. She couldn't believe that he was even talking to her the way that she was. I mean, the way that he was. But look, she says she is actually going to take the job. You know, while she's out there in Palm Springs, they're just getting the contract together and she intends on signing it. And have not talked to Hobart about it. Damn it, she's made her decision. Well, now Britton and Jasmine are like, whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute now. You can't make really big decisions like this without discussing it with your husband. I mean, at least give him the opportunity to voice his, I mean, I know that they have already, but now we about to sign, you know, you still need to communicate with your husband. I mean, this is definitely a big life decision. If you do it behind his back, it could cause problems. Like, yeah, this is not kind of what you want to do, Kendra. So just talk to him about it. She said that she just needs to be happy. She's just not full-time mom material, but you know, she's going to be fine. She tells him that she told the people at her new job that she is a new mother, you know, so at least if she needs to step back, she can. I was like, girl, once you sign that contract and you got a job to do, they ain't going to give a damn that you're a full-time mother. I'm sure a demand for your position is there and they need you to be there. So if you're gonna sign the paperwork, bitch, you're gonna have to do the job, okay? You can't fall back on I'm a new mom and I'm gonna need to be home, you know, none of that. So I don't know. Kendra still looks like she's got she needs to talk to Hobart. All right, you guys, that is it. Next week is the finale, and actually the finale looks like it's gonna be pretty entertaining, so maybe it'll be the best of the season, child. Anyway, you guys, let me get off so I can do the shy. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel's for itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.